Hello and welcome to the glorious Team Lotus, the almighty winning machine Team Lotus. Well, winning machine is a bit heavy, but we are finally race winners in this series. Last time out in Monaco, we captured our first victory of the season and of the series with Daniel Ricciardo leading home a 1-2, which was a fantastic result for us. So can we continue it here today as we head towards Barcelona and the Spanish Grand Prix? There we go. Look at that. 26 points last time out. Up to third in the Drivers' Championship. Liam Lawson is 10th. And in the Constructors, we're sitting pretty in 5th with a big margin on Aston Martin. I know I'm sounding a bit like a broken record if you're following this series, but I do think our performance will drop off. To reiterate, we're not doing any further design work on this car, so our performance should start to drop. These cars should increase, so I think we'll drop back behind these four and challenge Aston Martin, but we're gaining a lot of points on them, so that's going to be difficult for Aston Martin to catch back up. So let's see how we go. I think we can still duke it out for some podiums, maybe another victory for a couple of races' time. But yeah, it's all about what Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull and Ferrari do in terms of upgrades. But at this phase of the season, looking very good for us. But as the races go on, we will start to drop back. But 11 days until Barcelona, there's probably going to be some research projects that we complete. As I say, no design work on this car. Lots of 2026 changes that we need to focus on. If you're coming back to these episodes, you're not already, as always, please do subscribe to the channel. Do like the video if you like the content and get involved down below in the comments. But let's progress towards Barcelona. What is worth just jumping into the mentality hub because we haven't looked at this for a while. And look, we've got 8 at the top there in terms of enthusiastic now. 3 in positive, which is all staff. So both drivers are enthusiastic, getting a good buff to their abilities, attributes. Neutral 1, which is the worst one of the lot, and that's Franco Colapinto, and that looks like mainly because of his personal situation, because he had a bad result in F2 by the looks of it. So that's what's affecting him rather than ourselves. So all in all, mentality looking very good for us as well, which is, as I say, giving a stats boost to us. And we can see that boost from mentality here in the stats. So look, Danny Rick in the 90s in terms of accuracy, control and smoothness, 85 adaptability, 88 overtaking, 89 defending, 86 cornering, 87 braking, 87 reactions. So that is doing wonders for him, really. And Lawson, same really. A little bit off because his stats are a little bit lower, but good work there in terms of the mentality. So that's going well for us. So pit crew training for the month, and we've gone really for fatigue reduction as we head into the 2 races for this month. So we will creep into tired for both of them, but that's pretty good for us. And the rest of the focus is trying to reduce the pit stop time. So shaving another little bit off the pit stop time, but it is going to take a while to get that down. So still at 2.4, but we'll see how we go across the season. Maybe we can get that into the 2.3 mark. 2.2 would be nice. Oh no, we've had a factory fire, so we're going to have a factory shutdown and manufacturing, no manufacturing for 11 days, but I don't think we're actually manufacturing anything anyway, so that's come at a good time, if a fire can come at a good time. Front wing research is completed. So what haven't we done? A suspension or a chassis? So let's get the first one of those done. So we'll go 1.6. We have got another research project completing, so I'm not going to use all of the CFD and wind tunnel time. And yeah, we'll go what something such as that for now. And one engineer as always, $1 million. Just in terms of finances, looking pretty good. We've got $17 million in the bank. We are continuing to hit our race targets, so that's giving us a good bonus each month, or each race even. And 77 million left in the cost cap. Very early on the season, long way to go. So absolutely fine at the moment, though. We can continue with the research. Okay, side pods are now also completed, so we can do that final research project, which I think was a suspension that we've not done so far. It is indeed. So we'll use the rest of our CFD and wind tunnel time, giving us a nice little boost there. And what are we? I think we'll go quite balanced, to be fair, for now. So I'm going to drop the low speed down a little bit on that one. We'll go for that. One engineer again, another $1 million. We're back to 4 research projects then. We're trying to beat the deficit for those regulation changes in 2026. Okay, we have reached the weekend race target time. So it's going to be 9th or higher with Danny Rick and 10th or higher with Liam Lawson as we head into practice in Barcelona.
Great.
There we go then. Daniel Ricciardo, a race winner for Team Lotus, out of the garage first. Back in our usual livery. We are using worn car parts, on both cars. So let's see if we make it to the end of these practice sessions. Hopefully hunting down 100% self-satisfaction. Here we have it then. The Spanish practice sessions are now completed and evenly matched with both drivers. Liam Lawson 100% on his track acclimatization, 100% on car parts knowledge. They both have 100% on car parts knowledge now because, of course, we're not bringing any new designs to this car. So that will remain at 100% for the rest of this season. The only thing that let Liam Lawson down with his setup, we couldn't quite get it to 100%. So he's at 97%. Gives him an overall driver preparation of 98%. As we say, Danny Rick's got that 100% on car parts knowledge. We did nail his setup to 100%, but unfortunately just missed out on a bit of track time, a couple of minutes at the end there. So he's at 98% for track acclimatization and 1% off the perfect driver prep at 99%. Got 1% in it for Danny Rick, 2% for Liam Lawson. So we take that as we head into qualifying next. Right, so what we'll do, we'll just send these out for our banker lap. But to be fair, I say a banker lap. These first laps are normally enough for us to get through recently. Just check we haven't got any traffic. I don't think we're going to encounter any traffic, so they should be nice clean laps, so we don't really need to jump on board. So I think these laps should be good enough for Q2. Let's just wait and see, as the checkered flag will be out shortly. And it falls now, so yeah, we're already through. And I don't... Ooh, K-Mag is out. That's interesting. Right, let's send these out. Get a bank lap on. And we will jump on board when it matters. I'm going to catch Piastri there. I don't know if we lost a bit of time, but again, we are on a scrub set.
Negative.
Very close between them, so I'd suggest we probably didn't lose any time there. We're looking pretty pacey here, aren't we? Although everyone else is on a scrub set. So, yeah, everyone will go on fresh tyres, but I feel like we can risk it here. I feel we can risk and stay in the garage. Piastri in the drop zone, Russell in the drop zone, but let's see now. Russell and Bottas, there's the Mercedes pace, but that is on fresh softs, you know. We're looking pretty good again here, aren't we? We're looking pretty good. Right, what's going on here then? Piastri's in the drop zone. Charlie, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Piastri must be on a... Yeah, he's set a time. Oh, but Sainz is on an in-lap. Carlos Sainz is going to be knocked out. That Red Bull... We talk about Red Bull struggling in 2025 in real life. That Red Bull is struggling in 2025 here. Sainz is going to be knocked out in his home race here. And Max Verstappen, only 8th, but it is only Q2, so it doesn't really matter where you are at the moment. Right, Ricciardo's first on track. In reference to our drivers, I believe, wasn't he? Yep. Here we go then. What can we do in Q3 here? Have we still got pace in this car whilst we're not developing it to get another pole position? And challenge for a win. We'll compare sector times. Daniel Ricciardo, to be fair, being pretty dominant over Lawson so far this year. But Lawson's had a couple of good results the last time out. Last 2 races out, really. So it's not a purple sector, though. It's a 21.9. And it's 21.8. So about a 10th. Just under a 10th in it. Very close through that first sector. I don't think Lawson's close enough to get a toe down this short straight here. No, probably a bit too far back. As we'll see, the second sector is purple, though, for Daniel Ricciardo. 28 flat. 28.1, so I think Ricciardo's just got the edge, probably by about half a tenth now. Charles Leclerc and Alonso have finished. Here we go. Daniel Ricciardo then to the line. Is it going to be good enough for provisional pole? It is indeed. What can Lawson do? He goes second. 10th to Ricciardo. Can we maintain it? Bottas splits us. What about George Russell? No, doesn't go quicker. And I don't know if anyone else has got the pace at the moment. Piastri's on a... Piastri actually has had a few good qualifying sessions. What will he do here? I think it's just Piastri. But if not, Daniel Ricciardo could be on for another pole position. But again, those Mercedes, very close. Or Bottas, doesn't look like George had a great lap there. What sector times here for Piastri? Doesn't look great, does it? I think this is looking like pole position. Let's have a look what Oscar can do. Can he topple his fellow countryman? No, he does not improve. So it's another pole position for Team Lotus. But there we go. Daniel Ricciardo is on pole then for this one. It's Valtteri Bottas in second. Very close between the top three. Then Lewis Hamilton putting in a pretty good lap for Ferrari. George Russell fifth. Charles Leclerc sixth. Then we have Max Verstappen 7th. Oscar Piastri 8th. Fernando Alonso 9th. Lando Norris 10th. So McLaren not going too well around here either. 8th and 10th for McLaren. Carlos Sainz, as we saw, was knocked out in Q2 and 11th. And came out very poor for Aston Martin as well. So pole position and third place for Liam Lawson. Let's jump in to some strategy. Right, so two-stopper for both. Two-stopper is always best round here. Lawson, I would have liked to get on two softs, but I think it's going to be a bit of a stretch. So we could potentially switch to that, depending on how this first stint goes. But as we have it now, it's going to be Danny Rick starting on the softs, boxing for mediums for that middle stint, softs at the end. And Lawson's going to go mediums, mediums, and softs at the end. Danny Rick has got to look after those tyres on the first stint. If not, he might be switching as well to a second medium. So we'll see how we go. Let's jump in and start Spanish Grand Prix. But here we go. What can we do then? Starting on pole with Daniel Ricciardo.
And away we go.
Looks like we've got a nice start from Ricciardo there. Very good. Can Lawson challenge Bottas into this first corner? This would be very good if he could. And he does. Lawson moves up to P2. Good start. And Hamilton's on the hard. He loves the hard tyres, as Lewis. Bottas on the softs. So
drop down the pace now.
yeah, we just need to manage. I don't want Ricciardo. He's just absolutely wrecked those tyres straight away. So let's see if we can frustrate Bottas here. What I'm hoping to do is conserve Ricciardo's tyres.
DRS enabled.
Right, is Bottas going to have a go at us here? Bottas against Lawson. Well defended, though. This is good. We just need to frustrate Bottas here. Russell has cleared Bottas. Russell is on the mediums. So the Mercedes have gone the same way as us. They've split the strategy. Bottas on the softs. Russell on the mediums. So our drivers are free to fight. Just make sure they're on. Yeah. Russell's got back into the DRS, so he's dragging Bottas with him, but absolutely fine. As Lawson looks to the outside on Daniel Ricciardo, that's going to be a long way round there. Lawson, though, look at the grip he's found out there. That's a lovely move. Mercedes are right on us here, but oh god, they're getting close.
Keep the position, okay.
Oh, this could be 4 wide up here. This could end badly. This could end very badly. Lawson's compromised here. Because he's got no DRS and everyone else has. So he's gone from first to fourth, I think. He can keep it on the inside here. Right, we could have managed that, but I do feel it's unfair to not allow Lawson to fight his teammate, so... He's going to need to deploy a bit, though, to get back up to that DRS. There's now Bottas back to second. He's used 6% more tyre life than us, though. So this is still working out fine for us. As Bottas is using much more tyre life than us. It's Ricciardo, he's back into the lead. We missed that. Oh no, he's always in the lead. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Lawson, sorry, is moving back up to P2. Witzer, hi buddy, hope you're well. And Bottas still squabbling there. I'm going to have to deploy Danny Rick out of here.
You can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Oh, goes very defensive. Russell's on the outside.
Come on.
We're squabbling away here.
Honestly, I don't think.
Don't let them fight. Damn, it was close, Ricciardo. I know. I feel bad not letting them fight though, because we didn't allow them to fight before. But it is losing us time, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, if that was Mick Schumacher, there would have been a crash by now. But look, we're bringing the pack. I mean, this is bad from Mercedes and ourselves because we're allowing the pack to close right up to us here.
Charge off.
Bottas goes defensive. The DRS is strong on this straight, though. Lawson trying to move past Russell, but Russell's got DRS himself. Lawson's going to try the outside, which will give him inside here. There we go. Nice work. So we're back to... No, Lawson's not held on to that by the looks of it. Russell has fought that one back, and we've got a Ferrari trying to sneak in there, which is not ideal. Hamilton on the hard, so we didn't get that done on Russell in the end. So we looked like we had it done here, but no, Russell kept it in for the right-hander. What's the rest of the tyres looking like for the grid who's on soft? So Bottas 72%, Bottas one of the worst, Perez 63% down there in 12th.
Yep, understood.
So Bottas having another look.
Keep looking after your tyres. Keep looking after your tyres. You did a very good job.
Brake DRS with ERS. Yeah, I was hoping Bottas would get past us, and then I can use the DRS on this. I'm going to do that here now.
Charge on.
I mean, Bottas is going to get past us here. Hopefully we can keep George back. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with that.
Charge off. Charge off.
What I want to do is use the DRS and ERS. Although Bottas is kind of bolted there.
Overtake available. Okay, to pick up the pace.
And Danny Rick's tyre temps quite low. Right, that's not worked out what I was planning there, but that's fine. I feel we've got enough pace to get back up to Bottas. Right, Ricciardo is going to move past here now.
Charge on.
Right, that's what I wanted. Now, let's deploy it.
You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on hold available.
You have got everything. Right, Danny Rick's been given everything.
Let's lift off, please.
Now, Lawson, you need to get closer to that fight. So, Ricciardo, we want to break that 1 second over the next couple of corners. If not, Bottas will get the DRS again. It's nearly there. Oh, so close. I think we've done it. Bottas should not have DRS. He has not. George Russell's got DRS on his teammate. Is he going to make a move into there? He is. Lawson's battery is not great. That's the only issue we've got with Lawson. Lando Norris 4, thanks for the follow. Arthur, thanks for the follow. Very much appreciated. Right, Lawson is making a move, but Bottas also. Bottas for the lead on Ricciardo. Lawson is past Russell. But Bottas is using a lot more tyre life than us. He's used 10% more tyre life.
Alrighty.
And the top two now pulling away. And of course, we've been topping up that battery with Ricciardo as well. As Ricciardo on the inside of Bottas, back through with the DRS, but Bottas will be coming straight back at us on this next DRS. I can't believe Bottas in real life has no ride for 2025. I know. Sad times, sad times. We lost Ricciardo this year, Bottas. But excitingly, we've got quite a few rookies on the grid next year. Right, Bottas, we'd expect to be getting past us here. And I think Lawson's going to be under a lot of pressure from behind. As we're holding on to that with Bottas, Lawson lose out to Russell. He's got the two Ferraris there as well. I just wonder. Just having a look whether we can do anything a little bit different with Lawson, because he's struggling for pace at the minute. I don't know whether to switch this over to... I think we try something different with Lawson.
We are catching him now.
I'm going to try something different. I'm going to mix it up a bit with Lawson here.
Charge off.
Oh, this is good, actually. If we're going to let Bottas get us here.
You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can.
Bottas can get past us here. Go on, Valtteri. There we go. That's fine. And I'll just use Valtteri to charge up our battery. Because the battery is not in a great place.
We just keep the head down.
With both drivers.
As best as we can, okay?
Right, Lawson is going to be under threat again from George. Here we go, Ricciardo making the move on Bottas. Bottas might just stay ahead here because we're not going to use any of this battery. Russell does get past Lawson.
Alrighty. Nice.
Right, this is fine. This is working well because we're just trying to build that battery back up.
Copy box.
Not copy box. Where would... What's the pit loss here?
Okay, head down, no problem.
25.4.
Russell 1.4.
25.4. If we could clear Sonoda, that would be a good little gap to come into for Lawson. Right, Lawson's all over the back. Of Russell.
Copy.
Right, Ricciardo's got the move done then on Bottas. Back into the lead. Good battery now.
Okay, for charge off now.
Lawson didn't get the move done on Russell, which is a bit frustrating there.
Okay, that's currently P1.
Just say leader, it's 25 seconds, so... Yeah, we need to get about another... Once Sonoda's at 26 seconds, that'd be a nice little gap for Lawson to come into.
Copy.
And do an aggressive undercut. That's what I'm kind of looking at here. Zhou is pitting. Maybe Bottas should aim for Indy 500 win like Alonso. I mean, Bottas would look good in a NASCAR, wouldn't he? Maybe his misses may get him to race in Australian sports cars.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts.
All right, here we go. Lawson dropping to the inside to take George Russell then up to third. And now he's on the... Oh, Bottas been forced out wide there. Bottas over on the gravel. Ricciardo obviously got his elbows out there. Let's have a look at this. Oh, not the best of angles here, but... Well, I don't think we really forced him out. I think Bottas just drifted out there. That's built a nice gap for Ricciardo. And I think Bottas, lack of speed there coming off that final corner, is going to be jumped by both Lawson and Russell. Now, who's going to take this first corner here? Russell? No, Lawson takes it. Right, so Ricciardo leads. Lawson back to P2, so we're back in P1, P2. Now, we're looking for that 25 seconds to Tsunoda, which we have got. So we've got 25 seconds. Yes, there's such a nice gap to jump into there. I'm going to pit. I'm going to pit. This might be crazy, but...
Box.
I'm going to try and split the strategy here. And there should be a nice little gap here to come out in 12th place. Because Bottas will have to pit soon anyway, so we've covered him off with doing this as well, which is going to help Ricciardo out anyway. Right, now we need a nice clean stop though, because it's touch and go with this gap to K-Mag. So jumping on the softs. 2.4, that's where we're at. That's our sort of normal default time, so that's good for us. As I say, we should be ahead of K-Mag and Tsunoda here. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. As they're squabbling away, we have just got to get our tyres up to temp there, of course, here, but that should be fine. So he's now got some clean air, as Lawson, on some fresh softs. Ricciardo's got a 1.5 second gap over Russell, but Russell on the mediums. Bottas is probably going to be coming in a lap or two's time. So Russell's pulled back up to Ricciardo here, but I still think Ricciardo's in a good place. He's got 48% tyre life. Is Bottas going to be jumping into the pits this lap? Ideally not. I'd like Lawson to get another lap on him. And he doesn't, so that's quite good for us there. Lawson, yeah, now he's reducing that deficit.
Okay.
Russell then trying to make the move on Ricciardo. He does. Kian, thanks for the follow. I'd say this is not too bad because...
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Russell on the mediums, but this is the only stint where we really need to be careful and look after the tyres. Are you doing a one-stop with Ricciardo? No, we're doing a two-stop, but this first stint, we need to manage the tyres to make it work, basically. And Russell goes very aggressive to the inside, but Ricciardo says, well, I'll take the outside, and I'm already past you. As Verstappen finally pits, Charles pits, so Bottas stays out again. Let's have a look at the last laps now. Ricciardo 1:19.0. Russell a couple of attempts quicker. Bottas about the same. Lawson 18.1. So Lawson close to a second. 7 tenths of a second to a second. Quicker than the top three. And I think he would now lead the race. Lawson. Once everyone stops. But of course we're going for an extra stop with him now.
Copy.
And Hulkenberg in the RB is setting the fastest lap of the race. As George gets past again.
Okay. Alrighty.
Tyre life we've got. We want to go to lap 22. Bottas pits now. So Bottas is in.
And directly behind you is Bottas. Bottas stopped.
I think we can push it. Ricciardo takes the lead of the race. Bottas coming out of the pits. We should clear Bottas here. We see Bottas there. Yeah, we're clear of Bottas then. So Lawson, the undercut works. And of course, probably an extra pit stop for Liam Lawson. So Daniel into the pits now. Now he needs a good stop because this is going to be very close to Bottas. You'd expect Bottas probably to undercut us. So he's already taken 6% out of his tyres. Lewis jumps into the pits as well. No, slow rear right. Not too bad. It's a second slower though.
Okay.
Not ideal.
Alrighty.
There's Lawson. There's
Sorry,
Ricciardo.
Bottas.
I think he's going to be ahead of Bottas here.
Watch your mirrors.
And he is. Ricciardo maintains the lead over Bottas. The net lead, we would say, when Lawson pits, because Lawson now on a different strategy. And Ricciardo will just attack, just try and get
3
those
seconds.
tyres in the window a little bit quicker. He's only got 2 seconds to Bottas, so Bottas probably will close that back up.
As quick as we can.
Bottas must be pushing because he's all over us now. So Bottas will get past us here. Russell pits. Bottas is really pushing. He's going to get past us. DRS is too strong here.
Charge on.
Understood.
Right, we just need to stay with him. Russell now coming out of the pits.
Reminder for charge off.
He's been jumped by Charles as George Russell. So not ideal there for him. So at the moment, it's not looking too good for Lawson, is it? Although he's starting to drop off his pace, obviously, in this stint where they've got good pace. So, yeah, maybe it'll come back to Lawson. Camden, thanks for the follow. So Ricciardo is getting back past Bottas, so these two are just going to be fighting across this whole race, I think. George, though, may be in trouble. He's 5 seconds behind. He's on softs, though. Bottas is on mediums.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
Who's
So
got
we have
DRS here?
Leclerc
Ricciardo's got
a little
DRS.
while behind.
Right, we'll just harvest a little bit across this lap then. Tyre life. Yeah, we've got 8% on Bottas, 7%.
Good job.
I'm not asking Lawson to get out of the way. I'm just hoping Ricciardo will naturally pass him. Alright, that's fine. That's kind of what we wanted to happen there. And then we're going to have to ask Lawson not to fight Ricciardo because Lawson is slower than Ricciardo at this stage.
Copy.
And maybe he can just become a bit of a frustration. But if Lawson just sits on the gearbox of Ricciardo, I think Bottas is just going to sweep round the both of them. But we're going to have to kind of allow that at the moment. Just not ideal where we've found ourselves. And here we go. Is Lawson going to try and squeeze him out? That works out fine. Bottas is starting to maintain some of his tyre life now because it was 8 to 7%. It's now dropping to 6% difference to Ricciardo.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts.
Bottas having a look, but no. Yeah, I don't think Lawson is in the greatest place in this race, to be fair. He's doing well protecting Ricciardo, but he's just harming his own race here. Like, he didn't have the pace, to be fair. Ricciardo was closing it. He looks pacey now, but that's just because he's getting the DRS and the toe off Ricciardo. If we swapped them around, it would be the exact same thing. Oh, we do get DRS. I think that Williams is going to help us. I think he just blocked off the Mercedes there, but he is going to be
Oh, it
close.
looks like a pit stop issue.
Time. Teo Pache's got a pit stop issue. Right, Ricciardo, I'm going to ask just to bolt down the road.
Overtake available.
Okay.
Russell is he past Lawson? Lawson's trying to stick with him.
Okay, understood.
He's got Bottas on the inside, but doesn't make the move. just try and stick with George. Try and get him back.
Copy.
Where we want to get lap 35, so he's hanging in there. Ricciardo's bolted.
Take it easy.
Right, Lawson has DRS. Right, we've got traffic. Ooh, this traffic is not ideal. This Alpine right in the way. Oh, who is that? Drogovic. Oh, that is ridiculous. Drogovic has absolutely wrecked us there. No chance of getting Russell now. Lost 2 seconds to him. That was ridiculous from Drogovic.
Blue flags.
Oh, now we've got his teammate, Van Dorn. Is he doing the same? Yep. Lovely Stoffel. That's lovely. And that could open the door for Bottas, but he doesn't go down the inside there. Right, Ricciardo's got 2 seconds on Russell. Bottas is now nearly 4 seconds back because he's bogged down behind Lawson. Ricciardo is past that lot of traffic, so let's just have a look at the map. So it's not Stroll now until the end of this straight. Then we've got Hulkenberg and Gasly, Magnussen and Snowden. That would probably be it, I'd imagine, for traffic.
Stable. Stable with that bit of deck.
And we miss Bottas getting past Lawson there. And he's gone. So our tyres have completely had it. But we need to get Lawson. Because he won't have, even on conserving those tyres, he needs to get to lap 35. So it kind of is what it is for Lawson. Russell on the softs though. This is frustrating with Perez, isn't it? Because he's now probably going to get right out of the way on the straight for Russell. And we've got no DRS. So this is probably going to be Russell. Yeah, there we go. Russell is probably going to get easily past us here. So this is a tough battle in Mercedes.
Yep.
And George, I think,
Copy.
is the better of the two at the moment.
Charger, good job.
Okay.
All right, let's
understood.
get poor Liam Lawson in at least. And here he is. So Lawson, where is he going to come out here? I think in 11th. So he's going to be behind quite a few cars here. He'll have good tyre margin though on all of them. As Ricciardo has moved back past Russell, but let's just see this pit stop.
P1.
2.4, that's a better stop for him. For us, we had a delay on Ricciardo's, I think it was actually, wasn't it? So we think 11th place. Yes, indeed. Tsunoda is a long way back, so that's kind of Lawson now until the end, unless we want to swap it over to a free stop. So we'll decide on that. See how he goes. He's just not quite had the pace of Ricciardo all year so far, Lawson, but I think he's going to get better. As I say, it's the smoothness that is hurting Lawson at the moment. What rated is Danny? Danny Rick is 81 overall. He does start at 82 overall, but because of his age, he's declining a little bit in this second season. Right, Ricciardo will have the DRS again. Bottas has dropped 4 seconds back now. So
Okay, keep it clean.
he's struggling a little bit. Outside line for Ricciardo, and we get it done again. So this is just swapping between Russell and Ricciardo each lap here. And Perez staying with it, which is nice for him. Lawson's still got 3.6 to Lando. So is he lapping the same sort of pace as Lando? Yeah, Lando's a little bit quicker even. Right, would this kick Sauber like to get out of the way? He does. And he blocks off George Russell, I believe. That's very nice. Who was that? Stroll? No. Gasly. Here, Gasly has blocked off George Russell. Lovely there. And George Russell is going to lose out on... No, he got DRS because on the back markers, but we might have still broken DRS here for a little while. Oh, I think Perez got back out of the way, so Russell's pushed back up, but look at his tyres now, 36%. It's a 13% margin for us, so Russell is going to have a good undercut because he's going to have to come in earlier, but his tyres are going to be in a lot worse condition at the end. Is he going to jump into the pits here? No, I think he's going for a push though, so I'd expect him to maybe come into the pits at the end of this lap. So George is back with us, going for the move again for first place. But I'm pretty comfortable with this.
Understood.
Yeah, Bottas 10 seconds back, so...
Don't worry.
And his tyre's still worse than Ricciardo. Ricciardo's tyre management is beautiful. And if you do play F1 Manager, I mean, that's my preference. I always like to go for a driver that's got good tyre management. I think it makes a massive difference. Kind of see it today with Lawson. Lawson's stats, quite similar to Ricciardo, a lot of them, but where he's a lot weaker is on the smoothness. And Ricciardo can just extend stints, can manage tyres better. That's working in his favour today. Yeah, Russell is pushing. He's took 4% out, so I think he's on full attack. So Russell probably going to be in the pits this lap. We get DRS, so we're still going to be within a second of him. So we'd get DRS on the start-finish straight, even if he does jump into the pits. And where will George come out? He will come out around Piastri. It'll be touch and go with Piastri. And he does pit. So George is into the pits as we expected. He went full attack for his in-lap there.
Let's get ready.
Okay.
Ricciardo is lap... What are we there? Lap 43... No, for lap 48, sorry. Good stop. So he's not going to have to get past Charles, though, because Charles is into the pits as well. Piastri's going to be in pretty soon. Is Russell going to clear him? I think he is, you know. That's going to work out nicely for Mercedes. Yeah, he's going to be comfortably clear there. All right, so our pit window's open. We've got another 3 laps with Ricciardo. So yeah, George is going to jump Ricciardo with the undercut. George gone on to hards though.
Yeah, copy that.
Bottas pits now as well. It's quite early for Bottas. As we've got a Pick Sauber Stroll, who got in the way of George earlier. I hope he's not getting in the way of Lawson here, but it's like he's doing his best to get in the way because we've got DRS here. He gets out of the way now. Right, come on, Lawson, then. Let's get past Lando.
Copy.
Here we go, then. This is going to be an important pit stop. I mean, Russell is going to jump us, but we don't want any delays here. So we need a nice stop from the pit crew.
Daniel, pit lane.
$18 laps to go, and we're going to have to hunt down George Russell for the win here. Let's hope for at least 2.8 and under. No mistakes. 2.3, our best pit stop of the day, and just when we needed it.
Copy.
So as I say, we're expecting George to be past us. There is George Russell. There is ourselves. We're getting up to speed, so it's probably going to be 5 to 6 seconds, I think.
Currently P2.
All right, Lawson's maintained that on Norris. That's 3.3 seconds.
Behind you is Piastri.
Come on.
Yeah, problem if we stop Lawson again, he'd have to do a lot of overtaking. Now here comes Lawson on the inside of Piastri. I think Piastri is going to be jumping into the pits anyway. Corey Draper, now it's time to cook. Ricciardo needs to cook indeed. As Piastri battles well there, but as I say, I think Piastri is jumping into the pits. And he does. So that releases Lawson. I don't think we can really pit Lawson. Bottas will get Lawson here. Here is Bottas then. So we're not going to have the tools to fight Bottas, unfortunately. Lewis has got 8% on us. And Bottas should be past us here. I don't think I'm going to go for this third stop. I think that would lose us 4th place. But let me know in the chat if you think we should jump to the free stop or Lawson. I personally think we'd come out behind Max, so we'd have to overtake all of these. Right, Ricciardo, good pace here. He's getting very close to George Russell. We're nearly within DRS.
So we just have to
We've got a bit of tyre margin that we can use as well, so I want to save that because what I want to do is try and get past George Russell, and then we want to push, break the DRS gap, and then just maintain, hopefully. Danny Rick gaining and gaining. This is just with the toe.
charger.
Let's try and give him full battery if we can stay in DRS. Yellow flag.
Full.
Virtual.
Okay.
Not looking likely.
Yellow where you are.
Okay, understood.
Oh, Lance Stroll.
Let's take a look at the replay.
What a surprise.
We're following the action through turn 5. And the car fails to respond.
You do
What
love a
caused
gravel
that
pit, don't you,
error?
Lance? Right, so we're in the DRS. We've got really good battery life. We've actually got full battery life now. So if we get George, which I'm pretty confident we can get now on this start-finish straight, then we're going to deploy to try and break the DRS.
Keep focusing.
It's now Charles, the car behind Lawson, and it's only 3 seconds. Here we go, though. Daniel Ricciardo. For the lead, then, in Spain. He's back in first place. And now we want to push.
Overtake available.
We want to give him all the tools
Okay,
just to
understood.
break the DRS, and hopefully he can then maintain it to
don't
bring it
lift off.
home.
Yeah.
We've got Zhou just up the road from us here. Norris has finally hit. That took some time. It's 8 tenths to Russell. We really want this Haas to get out of the way nicely for us here. If we can get him on the straight, we can get up to him on the straight and not lose time. That'd be ideal. I don't think George is going to get DRS. Haas is out of the way. Lovely. Is he going to block off George? That would be even nicer. Oh, he's making it awkward for George. Thank you, Guan Yu Zhou. That's given us 2 seconds.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear
2.6.
tires.
Russell got bogged down there.
Roger.
Danny Rick leads, but Charles Leclerc is got the pace on Lawson here. Right, it's 4 seconds to George Russell.
Copy.
We're not going on to that. Right, here comes Charles then. So Lawson drops down to 5th.
Don't worry.
Yeah, Charles just got good tyre advantage as well. That's the problem. I think we're just going to have to settle for what it is with Lawson, unfortunately. I can burn off a bit of his fuel now. Just try and stay in the DRS of Charles. See if he can fight him back.
Copy.
But I think the tyre margin is going to be too great, unfortunately. Oh, please don't get in the way, Alpine, so we lose the DRS, which we're about to. This is going to cost us here. Sigurd, thanks for the follow, buddy. Yeah, this is going to cost us. We've lost 1.5 now. What is wrong with these Alpines?
Tyre update when possible.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts.
Oh, we need a virtual. A virtual safety car would be perfect for Lawson right now. Ricciardo's checking out. 5.5 seconds in the lead. Tyre margin is good. He just needs to keep it on the track. And I don't think Liam Lawson can really do too much about Charles either. Here we go then. The honey badger himself, Danny Rick. As we keep saying, he lives on here for Team Lotus
Very good job.
in this universe. And he won in Monaco. Dash, thanks for the follow, buddy. And he's dominating here in Spain. As he rounds the final corner, it's going to be another win for Daniel Ricciardo wins it. It's not going to be a 1-2.
Thank you, mate. Amazing race.
Thanks, guys.
It's not going to be a 1-2 in this one because Lawson has had a few struggles across this race. But he's still going to bag good points for us.
Tyre management will be
Not
very
enough to get
important.
back to Charles Leclerc, but he didn't lose too much pace in the end. As he's going to finish in 5th place, 2 seconds back on Charles, but a good gap to Hamilton. It's Russell 2nd, Bottas 1st, Charles Leclerc 4th, Liam Lawson
Okay,
5th.
next flag.
And then it's going to be Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen is going to finish outside of the points. And although we're only a third through this 2025 season, his, well, trying to retain that championship is starting to dwindle away. Ryan, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Well, there we go. Daniel Ricciardo. What a man he is. What a man. He's not there in Formula 1 in real life anymore. Big personality missed, but in this virtual world, we're trying
That was a
to
fantastic
keep him
performance
going.
from Daniel Ricciardo.
As he jumps out of the car and celebrates a back-to-back win.
Working together for the team and driver.
Who would have thought that in our second season? It's quite unbelievable how quickly we've developed this car, but we're not going to be doing this every week. This is probably going to be short-lived until 2026. But there he is, Daniel Advocado.
What an excellent way to take a second win of the season with a composed performance today.
On the top set. And the Mercedes just didn't have an answer in the end.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning.
Lovely stuff. There we go. Obviously, we haven't got enough money for our team members to have the logo on there. But here we go. Look at this pleasure then. Daniel Ricciardo, back-to-back wins and 26 points. I'm pretty sure, did he not do that last time out in Monaco as well, get the fastest lap? George Russell is in 2nd, up 3 places, so a pretty solid drive for George Russell, who's being dominated so far by Bottas, so that's a good return for George. Valtteri Bottas 3rd, Charles Leclerc up 2 to 4th, Liam Lawson down 2 to 5th. So a bit disappointing. We tried a few different strategies across that race. I feel like we were trying everything in the end, but yeah, it didn't quite work for us there. Lewis Hamilton 6th, Oscar Piastri 7th, Carlos Sainz up 3 places and beats his teammate Max Verstappen in 8th, Lando Norris 9th, and Fernando Alonso 10th. And as we already seen there, Max Verstappen down 4 places, finishes outside the points in 11th. And he had an accident last time out in Monaco and scored no points. That's back-to-back races now where Max had scored 0 points. So Drivers' Championship, Bottas leads the way, but Daniel Ricciardo is now in 2nd place. But don't get carried away. We're not going to... Well, I say we're not. Depends. If the AI don't develop their car this year, we might be mounting a title challenge, but we'll probably start to fade away in the coming races. But it's nice to look at while it lasts. But Valtteri Bottas is leading the way, and he's got, what, a 54-point margin now. So big stuff from Valtteri Bottas. Daniel Ricciardo is now 2nd. Oscar Piastri 3rd. Lando Norris 4th. As I said, Max Verstappen in the defence of his title. No points for 2 races in a row. And he's now, what, 83 points off the top spot. So a lot of work for him to do. Charles Leclerc is in 6th. Lewis Hamilton 7th. George Russell goes up 1 to 8th. So as I say, a much better return for him. Carlos Sainz down 1 to 9th. And Liam Lawson stays in 10th. So another 10 points. So a solid return for Liam Lawson. And then we've got the rest of the point scorers. Fernando Alonso 11th. K-Mag, his teammate in that Aston, in 12th. Esteban Ocon 13th. And the rest yet to score. Constructors then, it's Mercedes who continue to lead the way. McLaren 2nd, we jump up 2 to 3rd. And yeah, as I say, I do expect us to finish 5th is where I'm expecting us to finish. So we've got to gain the points while we can. But whilst we've got this momentum, it's good to see. Ferrari 4th, Red Bull 5th, just 4 points. Nearly 100 points, 93 points off the top spot already. Aston Martin only a point, they're in 6th. Williams 7th, and RB Haas, Kick-Sauber and Alpine yet to score a point. But let us just admire Danny Rick back back-to-back wins, and what a win this was. Absolute dominance from Daniel Ricciardo in that one. Liam Lawson, I think, to be fair, looking back at that when we jumped him into the pits early when he was on that medium, I think he had about 47% tyre life left. He was running P2 at that time. We found that gap so he could come out in, was it P12? Tried an aggressive undercut, tried to go over to maybe a free stop. I think in hindsight, probably the wrong thing to do. We could have kept him on the mediums. We could have closed the gap to Ricciardo, used the DRS, let him conserve some tyres and gone longer. I think that probably would have worked better for Liam Lawson. So in the end, that call is on us. Didn't quite work out, but still good points from Lawson. But it is the Honey Badger, Daniel Ricciardo, who lives on, as we say, in this Team Lotus series, and he is doing big things for us. If you're not already, do subscribe to the channel, like the video if you've enjoyed this episode, and let me know what you thought of the race down below in the comments, and we'll be back with the next episode in this Team Lotus series very soon.